So welcome to our full paint process video. It's something that we've wanted to do for a while, and it hasn't actually been on the main diary because I wanted to get the full process together just so, a couple of reasons, just to show you how much work and skill goes into the paint process with young Tristan, especially with his technique. And also, I appreciate that not everyone's got access to a climate controlled floating paint shed, wet dock paint shed. So it just gives you an idea. It's still the same process if you're doing it outside, but then you may be picking off flies in between coats and whatever. So it's just to give you an idea of the process that we do for the paint process. And obviously things like shot blasting, you're not gonna have the luxury of doing that. And each manufacturer has different methodology. So this is the method that we use. So we were umming and ahhing whether to put it into 2 videos or to have it as one long video. But since I've started watching some of these shot blasting guys, and I actually quite enjoy watching the whole video and watching the process, because it's sort of a start and a finish to it. So we have left it as one video. It might be a bit boring for you, but if you're interested in the paint process or narrowboat, hopefully you'll find it interesting. Please also do like and subscribe to the channel and like the video, please, because the more likes, I believe, it pushes YouTube to push it out to other people, and they can learn from the process and hopefully enjoy our videos. So enjoy. Look at this. The arrival of the beautiful Monty. And the boat's not too bad looking either. Hiya! Oh, look at this. It's the start of the story. Fantastic. How have you been? You okay? Hiya. Oh. So this is going to be the start of the full paint process for Monty. And also, whenever we do get a boat in for paint, we do a good video of the outside just so that we can check that all the bits are replaced. And if we've got things that we're not sure where they go, then the video helps with that process. But there's very little on this, which will make it nice and easy. So, same owners for 20 odd years that they've done the work inside themselves. So first of all, she's brought out, and then just sort of give a cursory inspection just to check that there's nothing major. She looks nice and straight, good quality hull, should be jet washed. So the first part of the process, she peeks around the windows. You can cover them up, and the shot blaster will go around there. Fair bit of fitting in here, and Groats is already done around these. So Tristan's been busy again today. Just really, this is all prep for shot blasting. I'm getting the windows ready. I think windows will be going back in shortly and then covered up. Yeah. So there's the hatch. What he's done is he's painted the edge and underneath the hatch, because the other side will be shot blasted, so that's a good shout. And getting these all ready. So there, he's done well there, because they're pretty much prepped now. So now, final prep for shot blast. We put the windows back in, best way of sealing it from the sand, medium. These will be covered as well. We'll get some Foamex on these, or whatever we've got available. And then Tristan's sealed underneath that. We shot blasted, covered the gas locker.
Obviously I've prepped round, so I'll tape round, but you know, I wanted to do as much as you can without damaging that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's it. It's not a lot.
So last stage of prep before shot blasting, so it should come out next week. We're just going to put Foamex board. They don't really, it's again just extra protection. They're not going to stop the shot blasting if he was to hit them, but it's just for tiny little scrapes. But yeah, so we'll put some protection, Foamex protection. That's why he's shut this, because Ivan's been busy varnishing some trim. I've just got to cover these up. I'm just going to cover them up, but not do the doors, so that Tris can check that I have carried out his instructions. So I shall do that this morning. So just a little bit last lot of boarding up. Just 3mm Foamex we use. The reason I started using it is when we do, just straighten that up a little bit. There we go. Because we get it from a local company, and they actually do, you get some cuts included. I think it's 20 odd quid for a 8x4 board, but they do the cuts. What I can do is I go ahead, give the size of the windows, and it just saves us quite a bit of messing about. But then this is actually just old stuff that we've used, so we recycle it. Good for the planet and all that. It's not, again, it's not going to protect anything, you know, it's not going to, if he mistakenly slips and shot blasts it, it's going through. So this is simply as a guide really for him to where it is. And also to try and stop the ingress of sand, which is, however much you try, as I said before, it's like going to the beach. Sand is going to get everywhere. So this just tries to keep it out as much as possible. I've got a funny feeling Tris wanted me to board up the whole thing, but I want him to be able to check what I've done with the hatch, and so, because obviously when he gets in tomorrow, we'll shot blast on that day. At least this way he can get in. He can get in and check the hatch. So, yeah, we'll do some nice videos of that tomorrow. Again, big thanks to James for the shout out last night. So we've got a few more viewers. Yeah, it's good fun. I'm enjoying it. Enjoying sharing it with you. I haven't. You do seem to be very well with likes and not too many negative comments. And in fact, I'd say no negative comments. A couple of constructive comments. especially about filming. So they will be taken on board. That's it. It's early days and the start of the journey. 5 weeks into it or so. This tape's good. It's one up from masking tape in that it sort of rips off the roll better. And we wouldn't want to use gaffer tape on this because the glue that's left behind, funny enough, it clogs up the sanding discs. So, did that the wrong way around. Yeah, it's a busy day. It's nice because historically the prep of painting boats is just horrific. It's not nice. It's basically just using big scabblers, you're just knocking paint off. So it's dusty, it's dirty, it's horrible on your joints. So the shot blasting takes a lot of that pain away. And also, it's a British standard finish for the steelwork, so it is literally the best steel to paint onto. And again, you take every edge you can to do the best paint job you can. Ready for shot blasting. That's it, you're on this end. Perfect. Yeah, that's a great idea.
What's that looking like there?
What does it?
Could just tape that.
Tape it over, yeah.
Because obviously they put a plate on there, but I think it's getting caught on the wood or something.
So she's leaving the shed. We have to do it by hand. Watch Tristan get pulled in. So this is just halfway through. Just trying to get a bit of a head start. He's done well with this, hasn't he?
Hey?
He's done really well.
Yeah.
Oh, so now she goes back into the paint shed. We've got most of the sand off, hopefully. We'll get some primer on next. first layer of primer on. He's just rubbing it down. All good. So Tristan yesterday was just preparing, so the boat doesn't look a lot different, but because she shot blasted, we like to get in before any moisture can get into it. We put on that first coat of primer, which has etching quality, so it etches into the steel. The steel's a great surface at that stage after shot blasting, and as I've said a couple of times, it's like a British standard. But some of the edges he doesn't get, like on here. So Tristan was preparing them by hand yesterday. So it's had a good base layer on it. Again, he's just sanded out, perhaps where there was slightly thicker paint because of putting the primer on, but it gives it a nice hard, a really good base for the rest of the paint to adhere to. So it's Friday today. He may well be doing more prep today, because what we'd like to do is we like to start laying on the next lot of paint. We try and do Monday to Friday, we do primer, undercoat, and then those 5 layers, and then we give them time to harden. So they'll harden over the weekend, Friday to Monday, and then Monday prep, then gloss, prep, gloss. So we sand down between the layers of gloss, just to give you that really nice, smooth, shiny finish. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't look a lot different, but it's just all an important part of the process. And again, why it takes so long, you do have to build those layers up. So this obviously had a previous repair, but they didn't think to put 2 on, like those clever people at North Kilworth. What we're doing now is we're spacing it off. That'll help with the water flow as well and everything when it. So Tristan was busy yesterday putting another full coat of primer all over. And effectively, because our strategy is to shot blast it, and then we've got the steel is prepped in the best way possible, not by us, I keep mentioning, but by British standard. So we layer on the primer then, and then it's prepped a little bit more with the bits that Steve, he can't get to with the shot blast, like these sort of leading edges on here. So now, yesterday it had a full coat of primer. Today it'll have another full coat of primer. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, undercoat. Thursday, undercoat. Friday, undercoat. And then it'll be left over the weekend at the correct temperature and humidity to effectively harden. Then Monday, it's actually taken me 7 years to learn this. Jez is very good at it, and Tristan's obviously very good at it. So then Monday it'll be sanded back, prepped, cleaned, and then I think Tuesday, first coat of gloss, which is when you actually see anything, you see a difference on the videos, but I'll still be videoing Tristan, although you don't see much colour change. You'll see the layers of paint going on. But it's great, and I quite love them when they're in the base coat, in the grey. You sort of see the nice features, you know, and you'll remember how the roof was in quite a state. But look at that beautiful feature, the way it rakes up at the stern. Good channels on it. Yeah, well-made boat and very loved. Primer on the doors. At this stage, it's just rolled on at this stage. Oh no, it's rolled on and layered off. It's the first coat of undercoat. Nearly knocked the door over. So the whole boat will now be sanded down. So she's now been sanded down yesterday. The whole boat, it's a big sand because it's had the 5 layers on it, so we built it all up, it's actually 6 layers now, to 3 primer, 3 undercoat. So it's all flatted back, and this is the stage where we get that really nice smooth finish. It's actually, I've just noticed it has made that dent more pronounced. Not much we can do really. So now what we have to do is tack rag it. So that literally is like a sticky pad that takes away any remaining dust, and the whole boat will be tack ragged. I won't video much more because it's a bit boring, but yeah, and then Tristan will be working on the coach. Is just literally going to be the line for the handrail, pretty much taken to the bottom of the gully there. So Tristan has to put the window back in so that we measure, because it's not that we're going off, it's the edge of the window. So we need that line to be equidistant with that. It's a little bit more technical than you think, and you'd actually probably never notice, but we obviously like to do things correctly. So putting the bottom coach line on. So when Monty came in, she just had one big panel, one section, but we do recommend that we have a split where the gullies are, the rain gullies, because it just discolours it and it just breaks it up. So this is quite an unusual boat. You'd have one of these, perhaps one there, maybe one in the middle here. So this is quite unusual, but I think it will look nice. Certainly nice and balanced. So I can see Barney there already. Oh, there he's gone off. And there's Betty. I'm not going to get close. I'm going to let her do her lady thing and keep her eggs warm. So we're just going to give her a little bit of peace and respect. Hey, Barney. So again, documenting the process of the paint. Again, a bit boring. So we have just gained the coach line. So this gives you an idea. If you think so, the handrail is going to come down to there eventually, and that is going to be the actual coach line. So a lot of thought does go into it. Tristan's great at this. He measures between the windows, so it looks symmetrical, and I think symmetrical is the wrong word. It just looks straight. So even taking into account the curve here, and yeah, she's looking great. Perhaps a bit warm, not not for the paint, but a bit warm for wasting money. But would rather be that way than not have it correct. So it's looking good, and the blemishes decrease or become less visible as the paint as we put the layers on. So now Tristan has marked off where the handrail is going to finish, and this is going to be the positioning of the actual coach line. And then after we've had the first layers, so we have the grey, I think it's 2 different greys on this, then it'll be taped up either side of the tape once you have the relevant layers of gloss on. So first coat of gloss. What colour is this? Graphite grey, similar to what we've got on our boats, the darker grey. Nice, and then Jez and Tris are going to do the roof. So the whole roof is about to go burgundy, which is literally, it's just to build up the layers because the handrail is going to be burgundy. So the anti-slip eventually will be the light grey, but now it's burgundy, so we'll do that on a time lapse. Through the roof. We have 2 people do it, just so it's an even coat and evenly dries. So it's all rolled on. The edges with the brush, and then laid off like that. All the strokes in one direction. Experts at work. Grey going on the back. So after those few boring days, it moves very quickly. So now you sort of get an idea, sort of roughly what it's going to be. Just a little bit of Tristan's technique here. The even distribution of the paint, but it's a technique from years of practice for young Tristan. And then all laid off. If the truth be known, I made a bit of an error yesterday. Well, it was a massive day for the paint, probably the biggest day so far, in that we were changing colour all over. And I was out gallivanting with my new friends from Brookhouse, where I should perhaps have been filming. So I did a little bit of filming, but yeah, just to show Tristan's technique. So basically, you saw where we'd covered up the coach lines, and now we've laid on all this paint. And then it'll be more gloss on the roof today. Pretty much the same process, which I will record a little bit today, although I'm out fetching that engine. I will record it. But also it's not quite the same because we're not changing colour, so you don't really see it. But look at that, how lovely it looks. And I'm loving the colours. It's like, because the roof is going to go the same grey as this. This will be burgundy, and then this will be the lighter grey there. It's going to look quite classy. And look at the sheen on that. But it's still to be, as I said, more layers, sanded down. here, Tristan, already. So that beautiful gloss is all sanded back. This is how we get that very smooth finish. So the whole boat will be sanded back today. So it goes from this lovely, lovely shiny finish and this is how we get the buff strokes out as well, you see. The roof, half the roof done, just works its way around. Look at that. So going from that shiny, shiny boat to the sanded, I always describe it as looking a bit like velvet. So she'll be cleaned off today. So hoovered, panel wiped, tack ragged, or maybe just, I'll have to check with Tris, maybe it's just hoovered and tack ragged. But it's good. He's been doing quite well. He's been getting through the paint quite quickly on this. So full hoover. So it'll be hoovered all over, hoover the dust up. Then tack rag after.
Rag first.
Rag first, and then tack rag.
Yeah.
This is the important part. And prep is as important as the paint. Today, she's probably, I think they did the roof yesterday afternoon just to get a bit of a head start because Jez has got quite a lot on office-wise today. We've got to go and sort our phone contracts out, and which is worse than going to the dentist. So I'll try and get some footage of this as Tristan does a full gloss. Yeah, it's looking good. So Tristan's on with the second coat of gloss, rolled on, laid off. That technique where he turns the brush around. Oh, it's very, very warm in here. Very dry, so maybe we've got it on the sort of dehumidity. Look at that. Back to magnificence. Eventually the roof's going to go this colour. But that is so beautiful. So today, I believe, sanding down, cleaning, ready for another gloss tomorrow. Now, a lot of painters don't sand down between each coat, but we do, and it's not something we'd like to, and we get a great finish, so it's not something we'd like to experiment, say, oh, you know, we might gain a day, but we really are not about cutting corners. It is about the finish, layers, yeah, and you can see from there just the beautiful shine on that, which is how it will be when it's all finished. So great job, Tris. So cabin sides have been done. Stone getting done. So, busy day yesterday for Tristan, but again, one of those boring video times because it was just a case of flattening back, sanding off, coat of gloss. It's not such a tight schedule for this boat. It's not a liveaboard, so although we still like to stick to, obviously there's a schedule with regards to the paint, with drying times and everything like that. So, but now it's looking good. One for the paint block. Sand it down. Oh yeah. So it's been hoovered, tack ragged. Been done. Coach lines, the tape that covered the coach lines has been taken off. So this will then be masked there, and that's going to be going black. This is going to be going that colour up there with anti-slip. So you can see he's masked that off and prepped the roof. So I'll try and get some time lapse, I think, on this once we're gonna be ready. It's really coming together. Very, very exciting. So the bows now masked off, and the gunnels here ready for anti-slip. So we put sand on the side and anti-slip beads on the roof. So we spent all this money on with the air conditioning units, and it's funny that I'm sure you won't notice it straight away, but definitely for the future it'll make, you know, I'm sure anyway, being Mr. Positive, that the paint would have gone on so much better. and hardened between and no moisture. So hopefully our paint jobs will be the most hard wearing and longest lasting. So young Tristan does an amazing job. So now this is the first roof covering with the light grey with the anti-slip beads. So we've already marked off where it's going to go and marked off around the features, so there'll be burgundy under there. So anti-slip, or sand, anti-slip on the roof. And then the black coach lines have had the first coat. Quite traditional with I think it's going to be quite a traditional looking boat. You can see the shine coming through now, it's beautiful. Great craftsmanship from young Tristan. So she's now had second coat of anti-slip on the roof, and Tristan and I are now going to put the windows back in. So the boat going back together, so they see the doors back on, the tape taken off the windows. I think we're going to be putting another layer of paint on the coach line, so we've not got the big reveal yet. I think there's another layer of paint to go on the roof. A lot of it's just because we can, you know, it's probably above and beyond the manufacturer's recommendation, but why wouldn't you? You know, you've got the expense really is in the prep and the labour and heating of the shed, but we're here, there's other stuff to do, so let's just bang those layers on and get it nice and thick. But I just can't wait. So Darren is coming to do the sign writing on there, I believe on Thursday or Friday, perhaps tomorrow. So we'll get another video of that. Yeah, it's looking really nice. I do love that sort of the classic colours, modern but classic, so it's going to look lovely. So we're taking off the tape. Nice. These are nice crisp lines now. You have to use the correct tape. It's quite expensive, but you can't just use like decorator's masking tape, because it still bleeds a little bit. So this is the Tessa tape we use. You can see how it doesn't always come off in one go. But here it is, and we'll see just now how. So we take these off, and it sort of leaves a feature. very satisfying part of the job. You can see now the detail where sort of highlighted the mushrooms. Still got to do the brass runners on here. I've actually ended up ordering them from Germany. They should arrive any day now. So gunnel sides have been painted, gunnel tops have been painted, black and the grey obviously there. Gorgeous. Looks really, really lovely. I love, love, love the font. It's amazing. Class. So these are bow thruster bits. We need to have a think about how we're going to do this cratch. I think it was under tension before, but it's more important we get this end right. But she's looking beautiful. Hatch runners. I ended up ordering the hatch runners from Germany. The brass runners for here, they were a slightly different size, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good call. Final day in the paint shed. What we're doing now is we're taking her out just to give another coat of blacking, just so that she looks really smart. She has been black before, but it's just for the paint dust. Now the runners, Tristan has been taking a well-deserved week off, and I ended up getting these runners from Germany because they were a slightly different size. But Tristan's coming in today, so with his help, we're gonna fit them properly. There's actually, it curves up and it curves inwards. Oh, it's not so much inwards, a little bit inwards. Really what you do is, because of the thickness of the paint, it sort of grips it when we just bash them on. But I'm not sure that I have seen them come off a little bit. So I'm thinking we're gonna, certainly at either end, we'll put a little bit of clear CT1 or something. So in fact, I should probably go out and buy some. I'll have a look to see if he's got any. But she's going to be out on the trolley for the finishing touches, and then I'll be able to make that great long video. Well, thank you for watching. I'm sure you'll agree it's turned out to a cracking job. And a massive thank you to Monty's owners for letting us use the footage, and hopefully it's some provenance for their boat as well. So it's a beautiful boat and they'll enjoy it for many years. I know he's a skilled man himself, so he's now got to bring the interior up to the standard of the exterior. So, well, thank you for watching. Please share, tell your friends about it, and keep watching the diary. We're going to be doing other stuff like maybe building engines. Well, obviously I'm not, but Andy is, and some clever people will be doing other stuff. We've got a full boat to refurbish. So yeah, like, subscribe, and thank you for your support and your ongoing kind comments. You know, we feel very blessed, and we love sharing it with you guys. So thank you very much.